The Joe Benigno Monday call-in with Tiki and Tierney, brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino, the wonder of it all. By Winters Brothers Waste Systems, conveniently rent the dumpster online at wintersbros.com. Long Island's #1 choice for waste removal, wintersbros.com. And by Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you. Now, before we get into Joe today, our first chat with Joe last week, we were discussing quarterbacks.
Do I have to still see Flacco? Do I need to see Joe Flacco?
That's immaterial. It doesn't even matter.
Why is it immaterial?
My point is, if they think that Mike White is better than Zach Wilson, than Joe Douglas.
I completely disagree.
Hold on.
They don't have the you-know-what to do it.
But Joe,
they're afraid White is better than Wilson.
That's right.
He should be playing. He should be well, let me say this. Do I need to forget Wilson for a second? Wilson's not playing until week 4.
Yeah.
Can we see Mike White? Right, you hope. Can we see Mike White this week?
Amen.
I got to see this statue while Myles Garrett is just going to destroy him this week?
But if they
Can this kid White play?
Let me finish.
All right, I can't even absolve myself from that because I'm chiming in there. Play him. Joe, Tiki, and Tierney, welcome back there. Boss man, how are you today, Joe B?
Well, how could I be bad? I mean, 57 years that I'm rooting for this team. 1965 was my first year with the Jets, Namath's rookie year. Now, I've seen them lose a lot of games like they did yesterday. I have never, BT, ever seen them win a game like yesterday. Never, ever, ever.
I know. And
so what does that tell you, though, Joe?
It tells me that maybe the football gods are finally smiling. When you've been so bad for so long, it's like when the Red Sox finally broke through and won a world championship. They had to do the unthinkable. They had to come back from a 3-0 deficit against the hated Yankees in the playoffs and, to eventually get on to win a world championship. They had to do something nobody else ever did. So I don't want to compare that. It's quite a different thing. It's week 2 of the NFL season. But this is the kind of game that maybe, and I'm not saying it's going to be, but maybe you look at it and say, boy, maybe this changes the karma of the franchise. Mm-hmm. You never know. So
Joe, I
can only hope that I'm right about that.
We're with you, and we'll see ultimately if you are. I have a similar feeling without going all the way in because you just can't because it's the Jets.
It's week 2.
And it's also the Jets.
Right.
But listen, let's be honest here, Joe. It's like even if they would have won in improbable fashion yesterday, but it was a bunch of guys, like some retreads, some older players. It was, Garrett Wilson. You see Moore. You see Hall. You
That's
see
the
Carter.
next jersey,
you
by
see,
the way.
okay.
Garrett Wilson.
So that is what has to really help, accelerate mentally the belief that this could be a little different. The young talent, Joe.
No question. Well, let me start with this, okay? And this is I'm gonna blow your mind with this comment. Joe Flacco's the quarterback until further notice. That's it.
Here we go.
Until I see Joe Flacco. No, wait a minute. He's got to play against the Bengals. I don't care if Wilson's healthy or not. Joe Flacco has earned the start next week against Cincinnati. Because let me say this, Tiki and B. I could care less who my quarterback is. I want to win. If you tell me that I'm getting 10 or 11 wins, 9 wins from Joe Flacco, then he's the quarterback.
Yeah, but what does that do for
I don't care.
Now what happens with Zach Wilson? Now what happens with Zach?
I don't care.
Don't you need an answer on Zach Wilson?
I don't care. Because I want to win football games.
Yeah.
All right?
I hear you.
I don't give a you-know-what about who my quarterback is. All right? I really don't.
But you have
I don't
to.
know if Wilson's any good. What do I even – Wilson does not win this game yesterday.
Yeah, but hold on, Joe, hold on.
No. Wilson does not win the game yesterday.
I agree. No, I wasn't going to go there. But here's where I do really disagree. Listen, 9 or 10 wins. I know it's all la-la land. It's a pipe dream in all probability. But I get it. Wins are – mesmerizing.
That's all that matters.
Okay, yeah. I get that. But when you're talking about a quarterback who was taken number 2, and let's just say he didn't play much this year and Flacco rode them to some unexpected wins, you're going into year 3 with a big contract looming and you don't know a damn thing about Wilson, and you can't have that, Joe.
Well, look, unfortunately, in the old days, I remember Phil Simms when he was a rookie in 79, he had all kinds of injuries. He really didn't become the Giant starter until like 1984 on a full-time basis. It took Sims like 5 years to become the starting quarterback for that team. Now, I understand it's a different world with the rookie contracts and the clock's ticking. We're going to pay him and all that stuff. But I'm sorry, bro. Certainly Flacco has to play this week. Mm-hmm. There is no doubt in my mind. Now, going back to what you said, Garrett Wilson, oh, my God. Now, he played so well when he had that huge drop on third down, which looked like it was going to be a killer. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, it's really a shame that his day is going to end like this, okay? And, of course, you saw what happened. He got 2 big catches, really, on the game-winning drive, including the game-winning touchdown. He's tremendous. That's my next jersey, by the way. I was thinking, well, what guy on this team would I want to get the jersey? And I don't get rookies' jerseys. I did get Jonathan Vilma once.
Okay.
In his rookie year. But this is the guy.
Well, when are you going to get it, Joe? When are you putting the order? When are you putting the credit card down?
I got to wait. No, I won't get it yet. I got to wait. Let me see more.
Just get it.
No, I'm not getting it yet.
Superstar.
I'm not. Look, I think he's going to be, but not yet. But going back to
you don't want to jinx him? Is that what it is?
Look, remember what happened yesterday? I was in tears when the kid went down. He got hurt.
Yeah. I said that.
I thought this is it. You told me this kid down. This kid's spectacular. Now he's hurt.
And Joe Sauce got banged up, and so did Quinn and Williams.
Yeah, I know.
But they all came back.
They came back, and Sauce had a rough day yesterday. I mean, that one touchdown, Amari Cooper abused him on it.
Yep.
But the defense wasn't any good yesterday. But we'll let that go right now, okay? They did not play well. With that said, you're right, B. Michael Carter, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore. They got some players on this team.
It's exciting. I mean, we
got some weapons on this team for the first time in a long time.
No doubt. We're talking to the great Joe B. Of course, you heard him for years in this slot, the overnight back in the day. And Joe B with us every single Monday at 11:40 here on the Fan with
Tiki. We
appreciate
Tierney. That, by the way, with you two guys. It's a big spot for Lepselter. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an all Lepselter spot at 11:40.
You know what I mean? I mean, he loves every
Monday.
second it is.
No doubt about it. Joe, the defense though sometimes left some things to be desired.
No, they weren't good. No, Tiki, they stunk. The wide receiver, the receivers were open all day. They got a break when the tight end, how do you say his name again? The big tight end.
Njoku.
He had a huge drop.
Yeah, he did.
That would have been a first down in this game. And, they did a pretty good job against the run in the first half, but then in the second half, Hunt and Chubb did whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah,
and by the way,
do you chalk that up to Salah?
Thank you, Nick Chubb.
Yeah, do you put that on Salah, or is that more on Olbrich?
Well, I don't think Olbrich's very good. I don't think he's a good defensive coordinator. And look, I mean, they got a lot of guys. I expect more from this defense. This defense has got to be better than they played the first 2 games of the year. I mean, let's be honest about it, as far as I'm concerned. I know they played well, for most of the game against the Ravens, but still they gave up too many big plays when all was said and done. And it would be not. I know they got the big turnover from of all people, Ashton Davis. By the way, I didn't
play.
Yes, only snap of the day.
I read that today. That was his only defensive snap
of the whole day.
Unreal.
Joe, I want to know what your mindset was because I'm sure it was similar to mine, but I know everybody wants to hear yours at this point. You're sitting on the couch. Jets are. It looks like we're going to lose another miserable game.
Absolutely.
We've already processed what Salah said during the week. He was very aggressive. He took us on, and we're going to battle back. What were you thinking you were going to be saying about Salah today?
Well, the first thing I was going to do was just go on about all the mistakes again that wind up killing him. I mean, you got Connor McGovern. How is a center twice in the same game?
I know.
A legal man downfield. By the way, they got hosed on that one penalty on George Fant.
The Michael Carter run.
Oh my God!
Bad call.
That was a phantom call.
Agreed.
And even the first quarter, that review of Conklin's catch, even Gene Steratore, who I can't stand the guy,
Why?
but even
I love Gene.
He's an NFL official. They all
That's right.
Gene Steratore even says it's a catch. When Gene Steratore says it, you know what? It's a catch.
Joe, I got to be honest. I'm watching that, and I got Jay
You didn't think so?
No, Jay Feely saying I could see a blade of grass.
Right,
I couldn't see anything. I didn't think that was definitely a catch.
Believe me, if that was like the Patriots, there would have been a blade of grass there. And
it has been overturned. First down, New England.
Question. You could take it to the bank that would have been the deal. So, we know the story there. But anyway, look, the defense did not play well. But what was I thinking at 30-17? I'm thinking the game's over. I'm thinking that missed extra point is meaningless.
But about the coach, because it was an interesting week for him. And when you do that here,
well, I'm down on the coach. I don't love the coach anyway. Okay, I don't love Salah anyway. And as far as look, I will give him this. They do play for him. They play.
Yeah.
I can never say in the how many was it? 18 games now, 19 games that he's coached. I can't say they've ever quit on a guy.
Well,
that's a big deal.
The Patriots game when they could have scored 60 on us wasn't very good.
But
I'm with you.
The homecoming.
That was just a lack of talent.
Homecoming.
The one thing I will say though, when that guy Harris got that terrible personal foul penalty on that kick.
Yep,
Okay?
yep.
All right? Where's Salah getting in his face on the sideline? I need to see that, B.
Yeah, me too, Joe. That's one thing that I running the stairs is great. Being, look like the bold bull, all jacked up is great. But when getting somebody's grill and light him up.
Yes. After a stupid mistake like that, when the play's clearly over and you push the guy, come on. I mean, at least the guy should probably be cut, but at least get in his face and, well, Belichick would probably do that.
Yeah.
I tell you, Jimmy Johnson would have done it back in the old days. I don't know if you can get away with it now like that.
Probably
anymore.
not. So, Joe, as we start to wrap it up with the great Joe Benigno, quickly on this, do you expect them to beat the Bengals?
I don't know what the Bengals are. They lost. They've had 2 brutal losses that game. They should have beat the Steelers. They missed extra point. Right in the last play of regulation, they lose in overtime. This game against Dallas, I watched a lot of this game against the Cowboys. Burrow brought him back, but when all was said and done, they still lose. I don't know how good they are anymore. They got that Super Bowl loser hangover going on right now. And remember, the Bengals, the Jets did beat them in the Mike White game last year, and you would think the Bengals, they need a win, and they're going to be, wanting a little revenge against the Jets. If they win this week and Flacco plays again, I'm sorry, man. Flacco plays well again. They got to continue to play Flacco. You could tell me about Zach Wilson forever. I want to win freaking football games. Okay? I don't care. Tiki could be the quarterback. Do you think I care?
No.
They could run the single wing with Tiki, okay, and never throw a pass. All I care about is winning. I've had enough losing. I don't care who my quarterback is. I want to win.
Did you have I know you liked him. Did you have a word about John Stearns, who passed away last week? He was a really popular Met. You were still pretty young then.
I did not even, you know what? This is the first time hearing of that.
What?
Yeah, I did not hear about this.
John
Stearns was the bad dude.
Yes, he was.
He was one of the few catchers in baseball that I can ever remember that could run. He could run well, and on some very crummy Met teams, he was a standout. He was a great football player at Colorado too.
Yes.
He played in the secondary defensive back at Colorado. I did not know that. That's a shame. I know he had some issues. He'll be missed. He was a terrific Met, like I said, on some really bad Met teams.
4-time All-Star, stole 25 bases in 1 year, to your point.
Yep.
Do you think now that it's been a week since we last chatted, real quick, now you saw the Mets sweep a team they're supposed to handle? Mets win this division. Do they win the
3-run home run yesterday?
Win the division, Joe? Do the Mets win the division, Joe?
Boy. They got a tough week this week. They got 3 games against Milwaukee. Not going to be easy. Scherzer will be on a pitch count tonight. And then even though Oakland stinks, man, how would they got to go to the West Coast in the end of September to play Oakland?
Yeah.
So this is and while they're doing that, Atlanta's
Nationals.
playing Washington.
I know.
Now, they do have 4 more games with the Phillies, who I thought would at least get 1 game this weekend. Do they win the division? My angst as a Met fan says no. But the bottom line is they have to win the division if they get into the World Series. I'm telling you, they will not get into the World Series if they have to go through the wild card round.
Joe, this is always a treat each week. I know we look forward to it. Everybody looks forward to it, man. Have an awesome couple days. We'll be chatting. Hit them straight. I'm sure you're playing, Joe. Thanks, bud.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
You got it.
Be well.
Yes, sir. Joe Benigno, awesome. 877-337-6666.